Hi, this is Jennifer, and I want to show you a couple of tips for organizing the back end of your Google form when you're using it as a student sign-in for the library that make it so much easier to manage. So this is my form that I'm going to use throughout the year. Now you need to think about what period of time you want your form to entail. So depending on the traffic pattern, a Google form will eventually fill up. So you have to think about how often you have students and how large that group of students will in fact be. I had a Google form last year and it filled up before the end of the semester. Um, I've tried them in a week time, and honestly, my traffic is not high enough to make having a new form every week make sense. This coming school year, I'm going to try a monthly form. And so that's what I'm going to show you how to set up now. But you're really going to have to think about the pattern of your student usage to determine what's the best size for you, whether it's weekly, monthly, per grading period, or if you have a smaller library with less traffic, a semester might work for you. So think that through. So this is my original Google form, and I'm going to come up here and I'm going to name this August because I'm going to do mine monthly. This is going to be my August 2017 form. Now, rather than have to start from scratch every month, I'm going to use the make a copy option. So if you'll come over here to the more beside your profile picture and select make a copy, by default, it's going to want to call the new file copy of. I don't want it to be copy of August 2017. I'm going to take out August and name it September 2017, and then go to the front and get rid of the copy of. So now when I save this file, it's got the name for the next month. You'll notice I already made a folder called Library Sign In, and I would suggest that you do that as well so that all of it's going in the same folder. So I'm going to select OK. And now I have the new form that is 2017. So every month I would go in to my last form, make a copy, name it the next month, and then use this unique URL to be the new one for the month that this is in. Now, depending on whether your school has iPads or the students can use their own device or you have computers, that will determine how you get the link out to them, whether it's just up on a computer when they walk in, or maybe it's a QR code that they scan and fill out on their device. That's up to you. But every month I'm going to do this and just make a copy of the last month and start from scratch. Now, the easiest thing when sharing the back side of this so that my teachers can see it is that I put all the results into one spreadsheet. So I have already taken my August form and created this response that has August as the first tab. I renamed it for the school year, so it's 2017-18. And so in order for the next month's information to go there, I'm going to find my September 2017 form. I'm going to select responses, and I'm going to use the more option right next to the spreadsheet icon, and I'm going to select the response destination. Now by default, every form wants to give you a new spreadsheet, but we don't want a new spreadsheet. We want to add it to an existing one. So we'll select that radio button and click select. Then it's going to ask me, which one do I want to send it to? Well, I want to send it to the Unicorn Library Sign-In 2017-18. And now it is linked to those two. So if I come back to that original sign-in, let's go ahead and reload that. So here's that spreadsheet that originally had one tab at the bottom called August 2017. Well, now it's got a tab at the bottom called Form Submission 2. That is the September form that we have just created. So I'm going to use the little arrow to rename it. And since we know that September 2017 is the information, I'm going to change that tab now to 2017 for the month of September. And if I want them in chronological order, I can click that tab and drag it into the order that I want. Now, this is what I would do for every month. And I would tie them all back to this one spreadsheet. Now, the reason I would suggest this is that it gives your teachers and admin one place to look for results. They're not having to look through a folder that has multiple files in it and trying to determine which is the right responses. You're not having to share the responses every month. All you have to do is share this one spreadsheet, and then they'll just notice that a new tab at the bottom for the current month will appear, and it will continue to add on. It's also nice for you because all your results will be in one place. So at the end of the year, when you're making decisions on how to change programming, or maybe throughout the year as you're kind of evaluating the feedback you're getting from your students, you'll have it all in one place and not have to worry about finding each month's responses. For this one spreadsheet, all I have to do is come up to that blue share button and type in the email. At my school, we have one email that shares with everybody. So that's what I would do, to put in that email, and it would share it with the whole staff, and then everybody would have access to this in their Google Drive. Now, I hope those tips are helpful to you. Make your life easier. Work smarter, not harder. Make a copy every month, and then put all those results just into the same spreadsheet and share that one spreadsheet with your staff. I hope you have a great day. If you want to learn more, visit my website at www.teachinnovate.learn.com.